It's a pleasure to welcome all of you poets and poetry enthusiasts. I know you're from different areas around Georgia, and we're going to start off by highlighting some of the recaps of 2024. As many of you know, last year, Georgia had the honor of co-hosting the National Federation's State Poetry Society's National Convention, and this was held in Roswell in June 2024. This was an exciting, educational, and fun experience for me, and I think for everyone, and especially me, because after spending 5 long years at home because of COVID, I was thrilled to finally meet some of the people I had met on Zoom, and that was including Kit. Well, she was there. And I encourage everyone to visit our YouTube channel. I don't know if you are aware, but there are videos from the Georgia Poetry Society's Kit Convention. And Georgia's Day was Saturday, June the 8th, when you go to YouTube. As president, I had the pleasure of introducing our guest speaker, Catherine Kinba from Georgia State, as well as our Georgia Poetry Society board members. Our treasurer was Kimberly Wright, Secretary Alice Johnson, Membership Chair Elizabeth John. Our editor was Honey Butler. They all shared their wonderful poems, and I had the opportunity to read a few of my own as well. Following their performance, I shared the rich history of the Georgia Poetry Society and the life of Henry Byron Reese. This is a remarkable Georgia poet whose legacy we will continue to honor through our annual Reach of Song anthologies. Glad to see you're on, Alice. Okay.
Good morning, everyone. Good morning, Barbara.
Herbert Byron Reese was a talented poet. He grew up in Royal, Georgia, surrounded by the beauty of nature. But despite his struggles and tragedy, his poetry remains a testament to his passion and his dedication to his craft. Byron Herbert Reese grew up in rural isolation. The story goes, folks, he never saw a car till he was 8 or 12. Isn't that amazing? Due to his parents' tuberculosis, he had to take increasing responsibility for the family farm. I don't know if you remember Atlanta Journal editor Ralph McGill or Kentucky writer G. Stewart, who recognized Reese's talent. He won American Poet Magazine's annual Poetry Award in 1943, and with Stewart's sponsorship, H.P. Dutton published Reese's first volume of poetry, Ballad of the Bones, in 1945. By 1952, Reese had been nominated for a Pulitzer Prize in poetry for Bow Down in Jericho in 1950. In the short debate contest, Reese saw before illness, financial insecurity, and loss took their ultimate toll on him. He was much honored in his home state of Georgia. He served as poet in residence in both Emory University and Young Harris College. He was teaching at Young Harris to make ends meet. In fact, when depression and illness wore him down, and Reese took his own life on June the 3rd, 1958, 3 months shy of his 41st birthday. I was at Young Harris. It was just days before graduation when we received the devastating news. Just imagine being nestled at the foothill of mountains he loved so much, such a beautiful environment, to hear such awful news. Reese had taken his life. Friends, it was a profound experience for me, and one that has shaped my own appreciation for life, for poetry, its beauty and power. But despite his struggles and tragedy, down to today, his poetry remains a testament to his passion and his dedication. How many people here today knew that much about Herbert Bryan Reese? No, okay. Found that exciting. I'm calling the meeting to order. We're going to be moving forward in a lot of directions in 2025. I would like to ask, well, our vice president, there's no report because the position is vacant. Treasurer report, Kimberly Wright has sent a report to me, and I will be sharing that in the future. Alice Johnson is on this morning, and she's going to share and give her report.
Good morning, good morning, good morning. I would like to thank everyone for joining us today in the quarterly meeting. I have information that I would like to share, and if you would just give me one moment to assess, then I will go from there. I just recognize the agenda.
Okay.
Okay.
While you're doing that, I'll say that
Yes.
CSRA affiliate position is vacant, that our newsletter usually put out by Laurie Jones. There's no report this quarter because there's been an illness in the family. You want me to go ahead and go to membership?
Yes. Yes, please.
Okay, Elizabeth John, our membership chair, are you ready to give your report?
Yes, I am. Just this background disregard as if for something else. But in any case, I'm the membership chair. Welcome. And we don't have a lot to talk about other than for this year we're running a special for members. Membership is $20, and if you bring in up to two members, two additional people from outside into the society, you will receive an additional 6 months free for each one. So that's where we are.
And I think the $20 fee is good for the way all nonprofits are being affected this year. We don't know where things are going to go, so we're trying to make this easy for all individuals, young or old, to join us. And let's see, are you ready now? If not,
I just want to say one more thing, actually, Barbara. Everybody should, if you're interested in joining, I believe it should be joining through the website. Membership, you should be able to do it through the website, as well as pay through the website. If I'm wrong on that, maybe Marion can speak to it, but I'm pretty sure that's what we decided upon.
yes, Marion is going to give a short update at the end of our meeting on how to use the new platform. And it should make things much easier, because I certainly have wanted an easier way to connect with people in the society and back and forth.
Right.
Okay.
All right.
Our correspondence card lady, Kit Schumer, volunteered last year to send cards to those ill or who've lost loved ones. When she returns to the US, I'll verify if she is still available. And Marion is off trying to help somebody get on Zoom this morning, so he'll have to wait to give his report. Our editor, LaRosa Thomas, has sent in her report, and Marion will be sharing that. But good morning, Anita. You did get on. She's one of our newest members. You're muted, Anita. You're muted. You're
Good
muted.
morning.
Glad you're on.
Thank you. Glad to be on.
All right, I'm back.
Okay, just in time, Marion, for you to give, and thank you for helping Anita get on.
Yeah.
This is something I want you to know. Marion is willing to help anybody. And if he can teach me how to use Zoom, just encourage people that are scared of it, that he's there to help them. Would you like to share a little bit of your report, Marion? Some new areas we're going to be going and what you are setting up?
Yeah, how deep would you like me to go? Because I also have Do you want me to wait for the demo until the end, or do you want me to just kind of talk about stuff and then do the demo
Just some
later?
of those things that we discussed at our first meet and greet, and
Mhm.
then hang around because we'll explain what you're gonna do at the end.
Gotcha. Okay. So yes, so there's a couple of things that are changing for the better inside of GPS. So what we've done is we've revamped the website to handle our membership and a bunch of features on the website for members specific access. So there's going to be both public as well as member only access to certain features. One of the major features that we're trying to implement and launch is a membership directory. So if you want to know who's around you, what type of skills that they want to, plant their flags on, and what type of things that they want to say that I can help you with XYZ. We have a membership directory that can help you with that. There's also going to be courses that are going to be membership only courses, as well as courses that are open to the public. We're accepting anybody who has a book or something that they'd like to promote on the bookstore. We can help you with that. There's also access to our network of members and paid members, as well as just members at large. So if you do need to promote an event, if you want to help promote, if you need help promoting your book or anything else, we can try to schedule something with you in our regular cadence of stuff being sent out to our members as much as we can. And then also kind of going back to the membership platform, it should also help with making sure that your membership is up to date with a regular cadence. So you can kind of drop in or drop in to membership at any time of the year, and it should kind of automatically manage that. You can also upgrade or downgrade your membership. Like some people have lifetime membership. So if you want to upgrade to that lifetime membership and don't have to worry about paying a membership due every year, you can totally do that. I don't know why you would downgrade from a lifetime membership, but if you want to do that, sure. Um, there's going to be some more features that we're going to be slowly releasing that are going to be members only. So kind of keep an eye on those emails that come across and any type of notices that we have on the site. So the main goal is to open and foster communication, making sure our website offers, services and support to our membership. And we definitely wanted to do kind of a toot your own horn is kind of, I love that brand, toot your own horn of, you are a specialist in your field, whether it be, I want to show people how to, you know, write a sonnet in French or something like that. You can totally mark yourself as the gal or the guy who can help our members write sonnets in French. So we're going to help expose that to our members. If you are a publisher, if you're a web developer, if you're somebody who has a giant warehouse in their backyard and you want to offer storage for books to help sell those books, it's really whatever you'd like to plant your flag and say, I'm, tooting my own horn as the expert and the person who can help our members do XYZ. So that's kind of a quick synopsis. I will be going through a quick demo and tour of the site. Specifically, I have moved over every member that's a paid member to the site. So you now have an active profile on the site. So you as a member, you will get an email from me pretty much today or tomorrow with your new password. And it'll be hopefully it'll be relatively self-explanatory on what to do. Click on this link. It'll prompt you to log in. Your login will probably be just your email address that you already signed up for. So we have that information and you'll be able to tour the site. So that's part of the demo at the end of the meeting.
Thank you, Marion. And in 2023, Marion had given us an introductory program to something called Market Your Written Word program.
Oh,
For
yes. Mhm.
This is just a few of the benefits that you will receive by joining the Georgia Poetry Society. And I will mention right now that as a member of the Georgia Poetry Society, you automatically become a member of the National Federation. And that is a wonderful organization. They're the ones that held the convention in Roswell in June. And what is so wonderful about that, there are, I think, 39 societies, state societies now, and they all, are you listening, friends? They all post contests. and you are free to join and enter in any of those contests. And I'll just go ahead and say something I was going to say in the new business, but sadly, when you look at Strophes, which is a newsletter you will get on your email, we are one of the states, sad to say, that is not posting a contest. Why? Since 2023, I have not been able to get a contest chair. I've met a wonderful gentleman, Dr. Emery Jones, and he has accepted my invitation to be our contest chair. So the board will look at this, and if it goes on through, he will be getting back with us. He is one gentleman that is going to need help with Zoom, and I'm really happy to finally have a contest chair. Stephen, did you have a lot of trouble, or I think y'all always had contests, didn't you?
Hi, folks. I'm Stephen Shields. Yeah, I'm past president of this group 2 or 3 times. So, yeah, I've been a member since 2001. And to answer your question, Barbara,
Wait a
yes,
minute, excuse me, is there something wrong with the video, Marion? Are you hearing him clear?
Stephen, it might be your camera microphone being used instead of like your normal microphone.
well, let's see if we can fix that.
Yeah. It sounds like you're on speakerphone far away.
Oh, dear. Is that better?
Yes,
Okay.
thank you, Stephen.
Let me answer your question, Barbara. Yeah, I joined this organization back in 2001. I'm here mainly to make a report about some things that I've been involved in lately. But to answer your question directly, yeah, we've always had contests. The organization began with contests and has continued to do contests. And as far as the NFSPS, it's kind of critical to note that that's not something we have to worry about supervising. What we do is put up the amount of money that's there for the prizes, and then NFSPS actually adjudicates it. So we just have to let them know we're interested, put the prize money forward, and they take it from there. But I haven't checked into the NFSPS website for quite a while, so I honestly don't know if we've been running a contest or we're not. It's a contest that is in our name. Very seldom do our own people even enter it, which I've always kind of tried to encourage people to enter it, but for whatever reason, people don't. It's worth mentioning too that the Founders Award, which the NFSPS runs as a contest, was won by a Georgia poet last year. I happen to know her, Lynn Harris. That was worth $1,500. So, there are prizes that are there for the taking if people are interested in entering them. But not every poet wants to be a contester. And, I've judged some of the contests several times. And, there's a whole thing about contest poetry that's different from published poetry, and it's very different from spoken word poetry. So it really requires a fair amount of thought and knowledge. I don't have the wherewithal to go into it today, but I simply say it's one of the features of the Georgia Poetry Society and has been for quite a long time. So I hope people will step up and if Emery Jones can lead you into some local contest, great. The NFSPS contest runs itself, so all you have to do is put the money forward. But that's usually something that comes to the president in an email from NFSPS sometime in January. So you may be too late for the current years. Usually the NFSPS runs their contests until mid-March. So if you're not familiar with NFSPS, you are a member just by being a member of the Georgia.
I'm sorry, I didn't hear that clearly. What did you say about contests in March? I'm still having a little trouble with this audio.
The NFSPS contests run until March 15th. So
Yeah.
you might go on the website and see if there are contests you're interested in.
Thank you. Yeah, like I said, that's one of the benefits of doing it. Marion, did you get a report from our editor, La Rosa, that you can share with us? She was going to send you a video or send something.
Yeah, she did send me a video. Let me open it up. I think I can play with the audio. It's a short video. Let's see if this
While
works.
he's doing that, let me just say in the chat, if any members have any books or any works in progress that they've published or are publishing and trying to get it out there, please share that information in the chat as well. Thank you.
Yes,
I have
yes, thank you.
that. I don't know how to use the chat feature, but I do have
Okay,
pre-published books.
We'll teach you.
we will explain.
you-
Thank you so much. There's La Rosa.
Hey.
So let me start over. Let me know if you can hear it.
Hello, everyone. I'm LJ Thomas, and
Yes.
We can hear
hello,
it.
everyone. I'm
Okay.
LJ Thomas, and I'm the editor for the Georgia Poetry Society. I apologize for not being able to make it to the meeting tonight, but I wanted to give you an update on everything that's going on with the Reach of Song. It is available on Amazon. The retail cost is $15 for the print book, and for the ebook, it is $6. I will give you all the links. I will have those sent out to you. Because the book was published by me, the orders have to be placed through me. That means if you want to purchase author copies to sell at book signings or giveaway or whatever it is that you might want to do with those, contact me with information, necessary information, which I'll have emailed out to you. If I don't send it, then Alice will send it to you so that you will be able to get the books. Now, as I said, the book is available in print. I will require your name. I'll need your address as well as any instructions that you need to give in order to have it delivered to you properly. So the address where you want it delivered to, I'll need your phone number in case there are any questions that you may have. And Amazon, because I don't mail the books out myself, they come actually directly from Amazon. Amazon has a limit of 999 copies that you can get. Yeah, that's a lot. But anyway, that's their limit on print copies. And it usually takes anywhere between 20 and 30 days from the time that you order. They actually have up to 10 days to pull the order and ship it out. And so that's why that time frame is the way it is. But you usually get it in about 3 weeks, depending on where you live. If you are interested in getting author copies for the ebook, if you want to send them out to people or whatever, then the information that I need is the same, except I will, rather than having your physical address where you want the book to go, I will need your email address instead. And the book is usually available for the ebook. It's usually available in a few hours. It's supposed to be immediately, but that doesn't always happen. So give it a few hours. And if you don't have it within a few hours, then contact me and let me know. That's all for the Reach of Song. However, I do want to let you all know that we are going to be doing a chapbook for the poems that were read on open mics during the month of October 2023 through November of 2024, because we don't read in December. We don't do the open mic in December. So if you read 1, 2, 3, 6, whatever poems it was that you read, I'm going to need you to send me your name and your pseudonym if you write under one. I'm going to need the title of the poem or poems and the category of each poems. I'll also need a bio of you up to 200 words, and I will send out this information as I stated earlier. In addition to that, we're also going to be doing a chapbook for the open mics for 2025. So just know that that's something in the works. So when you come to open mic, have your poem selected already, and we're going to be needing all of the poems that you read during the year of 2025. Same thing, your name or pseudonym. I'm going to need the title of the poem or poems. I'll need the category for each poem. And of course, I'll need a bio of up to 200 words. And I also need to let you know, if the poem has already been published, then please give me in your bio what the poem was published in. Say if it was an anthology, give me the name of the book and so forth, so that I can make sure you get all your kudos. that's all that I have for right now. As far as I know, everything is going smoothly with everything. Again, The Reach of Song is available in print on Amazon. The retail price is $15. The ebook is $6. But the author copy for the book is it's $2.30, but by the time you have to add on taxes and of course shipping and handling, so I'll have to give you a exact price whenever you let me know how many copies it is that you want for the retail, for the print book, for the ebook. There's no shipping and handling. There's tax, but there's no shipping and handling. If you have any other questions, just let me know. And thank you guys so much. Enjoy the rest of your meeting and have a good night. Bye-bye.
Isn't that exciting?
Awesome.
She's sharing some of the news information that I want to give you. But let me share something with you. She has a magazine, an e-magazine called PATE, P-A-T-E, Professional Authors, Teachers, and Entrepreneurs. And we are on the cover, not we, the Reach of Song anthology is on the cover of that magazine. And inside, she gave us a 4-page spread promoting our organization. One of the exciting things about La Rosa being an editor and being with us, Anita Davis, who you have not met yet, she is just joining us. She is also on the cover of that magazine. And we won't go into what that is all about. You'll see that when you go to her magazine. But she will do articles on you and your book as she has done for Anita. And so we have a real treasure in La Rosa's ability to promote us way beyond what we have been doing in the past. Raise your hand if you think that's a fabulous thing, getting yourselves promoted. Good, I like to see that response. Uh, so that's going to be exciting. Okay, let me see where okay, you know about that. All righty. Now in old business, our
Excuse me, Madam President, I am ready.
Oh, you already, thank you. Alice
Yes,
is now going
ma'am.
to give her secretary's report. Thank you, Alice.
Multitasking this morning. Again, good morning, everyone. I have some information regarding this first quarter of 2025. And what I have for you all is some information about the author's corner. It's going to be similar to tooting your own horn, but we're going to collaborate with that. And I wanted to just give you some headlines of what's going on. As you heard before, our membership chair, Miss Elizabeth John, she is currently authored 2 award-winning poetry collections, 5 Dreams in the Bones in the Garden. So 5 Dreams, I have a copy of that one signed by Miss John, and I'm waiting to get Dreams in the Bones in the Garden, which are now award-winning. I also have information about La Rosa, and she basically tooted her own horn, so I will not repeat that. In regards to Barbara, our president, she hosts the open mic monthly, and it's been such a success. We have had a minimum of 12 participants. And also, she aligned with La Rosa the Reach of Songs, and that was a tremendous feat to be completed. Now, as mentioned, it can be purchased by Amazon, and that was interesting to hear that it's also written in audio as well. What a jewel we have. You mentioned treasure, a jewel in that treasure box. So as for myself, Alice Johnson, I have written a book called A Dove in the Golden Light, and we just celebrated 2 years in November. So I'm going to continue to book sign. In January, I book signed in Fayetteville, North Carolina. And in February, Macon, Georgia, had the opportunity to meet with our president at her home while I was in Macon, which was really a feat. Really a treat. Um, in March, I have been reading across America with Dr. Seuss. I have pictures with Dr. Seuss. And with that being said, I've been going to after school programs and reading to the children in the name of Georgia Poetry Society. And also, Delta Sigma Theta Sorority Incorporated had an arts and letters program with an Emmy Award winner. His name is Terrence Williams, Emmy Award winning film writer. And I was able to have a book signing at that event as well. So we've been moving right along. There's a bookstore in Augusta called the Book Tavern. It's located on Broad Street. I had an opportunity to attend Augusta's Authors Book Club and shared information about the Georgia Poetry Society. So we're looking forward to members joining us from poetry writers from that organization to join in with a collaboration. And I think I have covered, and these are the types of things that I would like to place in the author's corner. That is why I ask those that are familiar with the chat, if you will list your information in the chat, and we will promote this information. Thank you, Jennifer. I have Jennifer's information and Elizabeth's information, and I know there are many more on this call. So thank you, and I'll record between Owen and I would like to thank Owen for all the work that he has done as well. He has been a tribute to this organization, and we thank you.
I don't know what we've got up on our screen now.
Someone's desktop.
Is that Marion?
Oh yeah, sorry, that's me. I'm trying to showcase how to get to the chat. So on the very bottom, your controls, you see this little chat icon.
Mhm.
Does everybody see it? I think it's got the number 4 in red by it.
Yeah, it's usually how many people are chatting. So just
Mhm.
wanted to showcase that really quick.
Thank you.
To the very bottom of all your controls.
Okay, and I'd like to add, Elizabeth, will you come on and tell the people where you have had your book signings recently?
Let me see. I've had quite a few. It's like a blur now. In January, I know in February I was at Karis Books in Decatur. I had a few podcast interviews between January and February. This month I'll be selling books at the Georgia Indie Book Fair in Marietta, and that's on the 22nd. And then in April, I'm going to be at a whole bunch of different bookstores because we have spring break. So I booked a whole bunch of stuff. So I'll be at Nubian Books in Morrow, Georgia, like April the 5th. I will also be at Read It Again Books, I believe, on the 4th, which is a Friday. I'm going to be here and there everywhere, but also, if you miss it, you can always just send me an email. I can just send them to you directly. Some of the events I've hosted, or I've been at, I should say, have recorded the session. The one I did at Karis Books, I know that it's on their YouTube channel. I just have to get the link from them, but some of those you can see and hear the poems. So off the top of my head, that's all I can remember.
Thank you, Elizabeth.
Sure.
Jennifer,
Thank
did
you.
you have anything you wanted to add? Or were you going anytime in March or April? Okay.
I'm sorry, Barbara, were you talking to me? This is Jennifer.
Yes, do you have any book signings in March? Does anybody else have any book signings they would like to let
No,
us?
I don't have any book signings coming up right now. No.
Okay, but friends, I want you to know, we want to know where you're going to be because you may have a member in your own town and you don't know it. And that may be a way that you can meet together and get to know each other and support each other. So we want to advertise and promote your events that you have coming up. And Alice mentioned like the tooting your horn or in your, this is something we want to do for you and we want to do with you. I had discussed with Marion last year in regard to our theme during my presidency is going to be celebrating the members. And so we want to start posting on all Georgia Poetry Society social media platforms, members' personal and poetic achievements and upcoming personal appearance. Now, this is with your approval, of course. Now, I'm going to give you an example because our secretary did not just toot her horn. So I'm going to toot it for her. Secretary Alice Johnson is now Dr. Johnson, and we are very proud of her. So we're going to give you, you can't see me clapping. So we have, and then we mentioned that Elizabeth had just published her second book. And at convention in Atlanta, there was a contest on Thursday, June the 6th, called You Be the Judge. And the audience was to pick 3 winners. This contest was moderated by Elaine Pearson and Shirley Blackwell, who took turn reading all the entries. Friends, my poem, If This Was the Last Poetry Contest, tied for second place, and I was invited to share this poem again by being asked to read it myself. Mrs. Pearson autographed her book to me and addressed it to a winner. Must admit that was a very nice way to spend the very first 2 hours at convention this summer. So you got our tooting your horn, or it's going to be called in your corner. We haven't gotten that one settled. Now, the next thing I would like to bring up, and this is new business, and it's on a sad note. I am sad to announce the passing recently of Doris Davenport. She had been a member of the Georgia Poetry Society for years and was the editor of the 2023 Reach of Song anthology. Doris was a very talented lady, and our past president, Lucinda Clark, I think is going to have more information about her, and I think in the circles that she goes in, they're really going to tell more about Doris Davenport, and when we get that information, we will post it on our website. And Alice Johnson will be sending a sympathy card to her family while Kit is out of the country. Okay, new business. This is a special thank you.
Madam President, before Stephen Shields he has left the area. He left some information in about what you shared about Young Harris College.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, that's what I'm gonna be getting to. Yes. Is he still on or did he have to leave?
No, he had to leave, but he shared information. Thank you.
Okay. If I don't cover it all, you fill in my gaps, okay?
Sure, definitely.
Now, I want to give a special thank you to readers at our last month, February's open mic. We enjoyed welcoming many back and the thrill of meeting new poets, hearing their poems, and the ideas they shared that evening. We look forward to seeing all of you again next month. The people that were there were Michelle Alderman, myself, William Cannon, Kimberly Daly, George Hess, I was really glad to see. He is the past vice president of Georgia Poetry Society. Alice Johnson was there. Gurpreet, wave to him. You were there, and we appreciate you being there. And Rosa McCarty, Jennifer, you were there. Wave. We appreciate you. Brian O'Hara, Eva Schoolcraft, Bonnie Claire Taylor, and Carol Taylor, you wave too. There you go. You will have this posted, but I will just let you know that we have the open mic Zoom 2025 dates. That is every third Thursday from 7 to 9 p.m. And remember, please go early to register on the GPS website so he can have your Zoom information sent to you. March is going to be March the 20th, April is on the 17th. I'm not going to read all those notes, but we have it all the way through November because as LaRosa also pointed out, we do not have an open mic in December. Now, regarding March the 20th, there is no theme for this month's open mic. It's the reader's choice, and you can use any poetic form you like. Now, we started something last fall we call it a poetic style homework. Now, everybody that reads on open mic, you just do your thing. But if you want to get involved in our little homework, this refers to readers who choose to write one short poem in the new poetic style that is chosen by readers from the previous month. So you think what poetic style you would like to suggest that we write in the future. And our homework is usually read first. When it is your time to read, identify yourself as doing your homework and writing in a new poetic style. So no theme, but the new style is going to be sonnet. And as LaRosa pointed out, I would like to get a chapbook out that would be an educational chapbook teaching others how to use these various styles. How many of you write in various styles? Michelle, what style do you like to write in? You're muted. Unmute.
I generally write in free form, but I often use iambic pentameter or internal rhyme is my favorite.
Okay, I'm not, how many familiar with internal rhyme? I'm not familiar with that one. Good, Gurpreet. Okay, Carol. Okay, well, see, I'm your president and I have so much to learn. So I think this is so exciting. I have to share this with y'all. In that poem that I said I tied for, would you believe your president got up there and thanked him very much for giving me the tie for second place? And you know, when we write a poem, sometimes we'll put a word in and we don't know how to pronounce it. So I had to ask them before I read my winning poem, would you friends be kind enough to teach me how to pronounce this word? So listen, you can't ever do anything so foolish that your president hasn't already done. So I just want you to feel very comfortable in doing what you do. So remember, sonic is what we're going to do. Now, connecting and celebrating. On Saturday, March the 1st, 2025 at 11 o'clock, we successfully held the first Georgia Poetry Society Zoom meet and greet. It was part of our connecting and celebrating together. Now, I got to tell you, this meet and greet idea, listen to me, was discussed for the first time just a couple of days earlier at our February open mic night. I took a chance and I asked readers to raise their hand if they were interested in trying a meet and greet. Everyone, men, women, members, visitors, all raised their hand. How many of you remember seeing Mr. George Hess raise his hand and then he had that little fury of hands, just hundreds of little hands scooting across the screen? I thought, I guess that's called an emoji. Am I saying it right? That was so fantastic to see his enthusiasm for our meet and greet. Now, let me tell you about meet and greet meetings. This one, y'all can share later, was very, very informal. We enjoyed meeting the Ghana join people that were there, the visitors, and seeing our regular members again. And what was so nice was hearing everyone's fresh ideas, their enthusiastic expressions, their appreciation, and their support for this new informal get together. Georgia Poetry Society plans to continue selling the members by welcoming members' ideas, so please continue to voice your concern. Now, the floor is going to be open for comments in just a minute, but most people have let me know that they would like the second Saturday of the month. Sorry aloud, Alice, she has commitments, for a meet and greet. Raise your hand if the second Saturday would be good for you for like an hour meet and greet. I've got my hand up in case you. Anita's got her hand up, Jennifer, Carol. So we're gonna say that it passed and we are now going to have monthly meet and greets. So, share, Jennifer, you were there, Gurpreet, you were there. How did you weren't there, Gurpreet? At the meet, you were there though, weren't you, Jennifer? The meet and greet?
Yeah, I was there. Mm-hmm.
How did you like it, the informal part of it and everything?
Yeah, I got to meet some people that I hadn't met before, so it was really good. I enjoyed it.
Thank you. The reason I want to do this is that we have quarterly meetings. Well, the members, if they're not part of the board, they have to wait for a quarterly meeting to see each other and to get together. So you can drop in. I hope you drop in right on time, and then you can drop out if you have to go. That's how informal this is going to be. Okay. Next, I would like to say that April is National Poetry Month. On March the 13th, I've invited Anita Davis to go with me, as I will be speaking at one of Macon's library branches located in the Tom Hill Shopping Center. Anita and I hope to share a couple of our poems, but the meeting there, and this is an idea, please, each one of you take this idea to go and invite poets to read their poetry at their library. Invite them to register to read on our April the 17th Zoom open mic. Sadly, this neighborhood branch is closing early, but we will get a chance to meet there, and Anita and I will just see how many people in our little neighborhood here are interested. I must say that in February, I spoke at the Middle Georgia Art Association, and ladies, gentleman has left, but ladies, we had 4 men give me their names. Thumbs up for good men coming up and saying, yes, I want to be part of this. One was a mature gentleman, and he took home 2 awards for his photography that night, and 3 young Mercer students who are going to be lawyers. And then on March 21st, I'm going to speak again at the Art Association, and I'm hoping that in April, I will be able to have Anita, myself, and Bambi Watkins, who is a member in Macon, to share 1 or 2 of our poems with them. So I'm just going to hope that'll happen in April. Okay, next. Let's see. We're moving right along. It's 12 o'clock. Is Marion still somewhere?
Yeah, I'm here.
I want all of you, our board and members, and I want you to let me know if you feel this way, to feel valued, respected, and you are heard. Let us help you and GPS to be a place where everyone feels valued, a place where they as humans and you as humans have something to contribute. Don't think it's insignificant. It's not. We want to hear your ideas. So let's promise each other that we're not going to dismiss any ideas immediately. And listen, no matter how unconventional, because who would have known we would have had a meet and greet had it not been for y'all voicing your opinions in February. And my promise is I'm going to try as a president to intentionally help each of us build and support a board that meets all our members' needs and helps our society to thrive. I want it to be one that gives back to our communities. We need to especially, and I invite you to reach out to those in schools and in colleges. How do you feel about that? Okay, let's see. I feel like oh, I had read something last fall about when I came on board in October of 23. It was on YouTube and everything that GPS might be closing down. Well, you who have been members, reach over and pat yourselves on the back. We are still here and we are going stronger. Now, there were two members who understand that you can't leave the faith of the Georgia Poetry Society to fate. Georgia Poetry Society wants to thank Kimberly Wright, our treasurer. Now, what you've got to know about her was when I first came on and we were just about to close, we didn't have a secretary, so she stepped up to secretary. Then I asked Kimberly, can you step up? Would you please step up to treasurer? I want you to know she stepped up immediately. Now, here's something. Kimberly has tried to resign 3 times, friends, 3 times, and bless her heart, her loyalty to us, she has remained. Now, we can't function without a treasurer. I've been trying to get another treasurer since 2023. So I asked Marion this question. I hope you remember this, Marion. Did he agree that a little bit of something is better than a whole lot of nothing? And what did you say, Marion? You agreed, right?
Yeah, I agree.
Now let me tell you how much he agreed. He agreed to cut his vendor fee from $700 a month to $450 a month. And the treasurer position will now, and the board agreed this, for the continuing of the Georgia Poetry Society, that the treasurer will now become a vendor position. And we will take the $250 that Marion was willing to sacrifice to pay our treasurer. Do y'all want to give a hand to these folks for standing up and for Marion cutting his salary, because we cannot function without a treasurer? So I thank you guys. You see what a nice group of people you are joining. I love our board. Listen, Marion will tell you, I was like driving a horse and buggy when I first came on, and at convention, I said I would not be standing on that podium had Marion and Kimberly so many times would call me and say, Barbara, I'll help you get on, because everybody else was on Zoom, and here's your president trying to figure out how to get on. So you've got a good group of people that will support you in everything you're doing. I think that's about everything we have for this meeting. I would like to ask the ones on our meeting, do you have anything you would like to say? Anybody? Michelle, tell me again where you are located, and Madam Secretary, if you will take down the city where our visitors are from. Michelle, where are you from?
I live in Walton County, northeast Georgia.
Okay. Anita, you're here in Macon. Elizabeth John, again, where are you from?
From Stockbridge in Henry County.
Alice, where are you from? Tell him. I know.
We're currently living in Augusta, Georgia.
Guppreet, where are you?
I'm sort of an interloper here because I'm in Alabama.
Fabulous. Glad to have you. Just come on over. What does that thing? Come on over. You're always welcome. And she has beautiful work. Carol, tell us where you're from.
I am from Hiawassee, just a few miles down the way from Young Harris.
Exactly. I remember that Listen, I think that's God's country.
It
That
is.
area is so beautiful. Carol, I remember being at college. Young Harris, if you hold your hand and cup it like a little bowl, young Harris was in the very bottom of your palm. And then all around were these beautiful mountains where Carol lives. Good for you. Jennifer, where are you from?
I'm in Brunswick, Georgia, in Glenn County, just
You know,
north
the
of
reason,
Jacksonville.
okay, the reason I'm saying this, I had asked some of the members. We are not meeting in person. I don't know when we will, but I'm very thankful for Zoom. But reach out to people that are in your area and try to get together for a cup of coffee or something. So that is why our directory is going to be so important that Marion has been working with, because I want to know how to make a community out of our organization where we can contact and say, hey, can we have a cup of coffee next month? Uh, but until then, I'm so glad we're on Zoom. Uh, it's 12 o'clock, ladies. Here's what I'm thinking about. We want to have Marion give his report. I'm thinking, can you smell the wood burning as I'm thinking? We could read a few poems if you would like to. I'm not ready. We could take a 5-minute break and go get some coffee or iced tea, come back and read a few poems. Or put your hand up. Would you rather Marion give us our lesson before we read? How do you want to, Michelle, what is your idea?
Well, I think we need to get all of the organizational business prioritized and do that first. I didn't realize today would be a reading day.
No, we didn't, but we can take a 5-minute break after Marion does his piece, and I can go get mine, and we can all go scoot and get our books or a few of our notes. And uh, it's 12 o'clock. I figure we'll probably finish up around 12:30, even with Marion and us reading 1 or 2 poems each. Carol, Jennifer, Alice, Elizabeth, do you have poems? Anita, do you have a short poem you can read too? So
Yes, I
we'll
have a
all
short
get together.
point.
Okay, Marion, will you need pencil and paper as you give us our instructions on the updating of our poem?
If you want, but this will also be recorded, so technically you can review this at any time. But I'm also working on literature that you can use to kind of download or hang on to or post on the wall or make into a poster if you'd like. But I'm trying to also make it as seamless and less resistance as possible to make it as easy as possible for our members. So there's a couple of different ways I'm trying to do for training as well. Number one is definitely have a quick cheat sheet to say, for example, if you're looking for this, or if you're trying to do this, or if you want to do this, here's kind of where you want to go. I'm trying to do the screen recording so you can just follow along. And also you can probably just print a piece of paper if you'd like. But this meeting is recorded, so if you do want to come back to it, I will try to call it out. This is at the hour and 12-minute mark, 15-minute mark. I'll probably call it out inside of the meeting summary video that I'll send back out. So let me share my screen. Start with there. So what I wanted to do is specifically go through 2 different ways of looking at the website. So the first way I want to look at is going to the site as a non-member to kind of show you also the difference between the two. So let me know when you can see the screen.
Okay.
Okay, so this is the homepage of the site right now. As you can kind of see, it's got the join GPS, view membership, and then our social media accounts, and then latest news and announcements that pops up every once in a while, and also our upcoming events. I gotta add more events coming up. Like we just have some of the more recent ones. We've got the open mics. We've got today's quarterly meeting. We've got a couple of meet and greets coming up. So I've got to update this calendar to make sure that it's going to be up to date with everything. So as a general person, this is what you see.
Excuse me, while you're there, will you go
Mhm.
back up to the calendar? I want to read that last thing. Sonatas and Cicadas, a harmonious blend of verse and tango.
Mhm.
This is taking place in Augusta.
Yes.
And I wish I could be there for what they're going to do on March the 22nd is they're going to read poetry and then they're going to have a tango lesson. And then you get to practice. Isn't that fantastic? Roll it up, and the presenters, the lady on the left is Lucinda Clark, and she was the president of GPS and invited me and appointed me to be vice president and president. So Lucinda Clark sent us that information. And this is what we were talking about, tooting your horn, what you're doing. Do exactly what Lucinda has done. Thank you for letting me interrupt, Marion.
Yeah. No worries, no worries. So yeah, like she mentioned, this is an example of what we can do to help kind of promote your events that might be coming up. So this is on the website, and also I do send this out to all of our members and social media accounts to make sure that we spread the love as much as we can. So this is the homepage that you are coming off the street and you're not a member yet. You can kind of come see this. At the very top is where things kind of change. So for example, I can go to the membership page and that will show me the different levels of membership and how much they cost. And as you heard earlier, all of our memberships are going to be $20 for the remaining of the year. So if you're not a member, you can join right now for $20, and then the next year it'll go back to the normal price. And again, lifetime membership, again, set it and forget it. You're good to go. I'm going to be adding more features of what is the benefit of the members, why should you join, things like that to kind of make it much more obvious. But the main thing is once you come in off the street, you click on any of these membership options. Say, for example, a regular member. Excuse me. It's going to ask you right away to check out. So again, dropping you right into, okay, now you're going to start paying for it. You can automatically sign in and connect with your social media account. So if you have Google, it'll ask you, well, what's your Google account? And you can log in right away. If you do not have a Google account and you need to log in manually, you have an option right here. Now, this is if you are not an active member and you need to start joining the group. You click here and it's going to ask you what's your first name, last name, and your email address and password, basically like you're signing up for an account.
Excuse, Marion,
Mhm.
can we have them also put their phone number in there?
I'm getting there.
Okay, sorry.
So the next steps we're going to ask is a little bit about me. What is your phone number? What is the city that you're part of? And a brief bio about yourself. So all of these are custom fields that I've made to basically help foster a community. And I'll show you what that looks like on the other side. Now you are a member and you're going to see all this stuff. And then the checkout is with PayPal. It's going to ask you either PayPal or credit card, and it's going to automatically enroll you in the yearly subscription, and it'll automatically kind of take care of all that for us. One other thing that you're not seeing on this screen that I'm going to show you in a second is we're asking you way more information than just these three questions. So the main question is a phone number, city, and a bio. That's all of those optional, but we're going to be asking you more stuff such as like, what is your social media account? What are the professional services that you do? What is your website? What is yada, yada, yada. So I'll show you exactly what that's going to look like. So again, this is if you are not a member and you need to sign up for the first time. We're basically taking you through the payment portal and registration portal. So again, it'll take you through PayPal, use your credit card, or PayPal. If you click on any of these options at the very top, like I want to see my membership account, and I am not a member, it's gonna bark at you and say, hold on a second, you need to log in to see your membership account. If you're not a member, then you have to kind of pay for membership, obviously. If I go to the membership directory, you can't see it unless you're a member. So this again is behind a membership paywall. So
And
that
this is for security.
correct. Yeah, this was for, I was gonna say, I was getting it into that. So that's for security purposes. It's behind a paywall for privacy purposes, and you as a member can opt in or out on being displayed on the membership directory. So you do not have to put yourself in the membership directory if you don't want to. By default, it is there, and I'll show you quickly how to check the box as part of your profile once you actually log in to see that. And the other thing I wanted to showcase, when you are or are not a member, this page right here is the courses. So all of the courses that we currently have inside of GPS, this is slowly going to start growing. Honestly, it takes a while to create these courses and make sure they're curated for our members, as well as behind different levels of paywall. So this course that you're seeing on the screen is a free email course. So this is going to send you emails automatically every couple of days to help guide you through marketing your poetry, marketing your work, marketing your book. Clicking on the course, and this is free, and this is for anybody who's in the general public. It breaks down what you're going to learn, what is going to happen. This is going to be about 5 to 7, excuse me, I think it's about 7 emails that's going to be hitting your inbox. And all you have to do is click here to register, and you are enrolled. I try to break down what is the individual modules. So the first email is going to be talking about understanding your target audience. Well, technically it's the second email, but the first email in your course, it will be that, and it's breaking it down even more. So inside of the email itself is more actionable items that you can take per step. So the step 1 slash email 1 is understanding your target audience. And then the next one is creating a compelling marketing message, and so forth and so forth and so forth. A lot of times as creative people, we think, I've built this thing, I've made this book, I've made this painting, and people are banging on the door to buy it. That's the same thing as you saying, I've made this book and I'm going to stand on the side of the highway and I'm going to just wait for a car to stop and throw money at me. That doesn't happen. That does not happen. You have to let people know you've made this thing, you're selling this thing, you have a product. So that's kind of what this email course is. It's free. So then the next level is going to be more advanced, where I take you on the specifics on how to, for example, do audience targeting. How do you market your book? How do you put yourself on a marketplace? How do you potentially price your book? Things like that. So that's going to be like to the right, for example. And again, this is me as a general person, so I don't have access to some of those features yet. Yeah. So again, that's just a general gist of, if you are not a member, that's what you see. So I'm going to switch it really quick to show you, once you are a paid member, what does it look like? Any questions on any of that?
He did this because I had so much trouble. You're doing a
I had
fantastic
to
job.
I had to take it very slow.
See, he didn't want me calling him at 11 o'clock at night. How do I do this? We really appreciate Marion. Okay, the next phase.
Yeah. So the next phase is, now you are a member and you are actively logged in and you're active member, paying member. Didn't mean to highlight that. So what you'll notice is the homepage looks exactly the same, but the main thing that's going to change is this membership. I click on the word membership. It'll take me to the list of all of the membership levels, but because I'm already a member, I think it should tell me that, hey, I already paid, $500 again for my lifetime membership, set it and forget it. So I don't have to worry about it. Now I can change my membership if I really care to go up or down. Really, it's a down at this point. So you can kind of see a subtle change on that. Where it really matters is, now I'm clicking on the second option right here, third option right here, membership directory, in the top navigation. Once I get there, I see all of the members that are inside of our membership directory that are paid members. These are active members, have paid, and have opted in to say, please show me in the membership directory. In the top right, we have a search box, and I can search for almost anything about the member, and it'll pop up. So I have 44 people in our membership. Honestly, I think 2 or 3 are just test and just sample, just for this demo purposes. So we've got Lucinda in there. We have me. We have Lynn. We have Tamel. So forth and so forth. And you keep going, and it's next page, next page, next page. I think it shows like 10, 12 to 15. Yeah, so it shows a bunch of people in there, and it shows the basic information about that member. So now let's say I want to find all the members that are in Macon, Georgia. So I just type in the word Macon in the search box, and I found that there's 2 people in Macon. And now I could say, well, who's this Bambi person? Who's this Barbara person? So I can click on the information for the profile and it'll show me specific information that they have volunteered to display from Barbara or from Bambi. And what that looks like is like this. So my profile is pretty filled out just for demo purposes, but I put in my name, my email address, my phone number. Those are the basic questions that we have at the very beginning when you pay. But once you actually get into your account after paying, more questions are posed because now we're asking, what is your personal website? What is your social media accounts? What is your services that you want to offer? What if you have a service website, if you have a service email address, a bunch of different things like that. So I'm exposing a lot of information about me because I want my members to know all of this information about me. So here's my phone number, here's my Instagram handle, here's my email address, here's my personal website, here's my services website, here's all the things I offer as services and things like that. And all of that is tied back into the membership directory. So again, to get to that membership directory, just roll over the dropdown and then membership directory in the top left. And the other good thing inside of this membership directory, if I wanted to find, for example, somebody to help me publishing a book. So I'm just going to look for the word publish. And I see that Lucinda Clark. I already added her as somebody who's an expert in publishing a book. I need to contact her because she can potentially help me with that. I click on her name or the option at the bottom that's view profile. So I'm going to click on Lucinda's name or view profile, and I see already she said that her services are publishing and distribution. I could have technically searched for the city of Augusta. I could see maybe, does anybody have a suit just started? So I can show, maybe look for a year or start date. Maybe I want to see anybody who has at gmail.com email address or at Poetry Matters email address. So if there's anything about the membership that we're looking for, you have the ability to find that in the search box of the membership directory. So again, top right, I'm seeing everybody. I want to see maybe Augusta. And well, Lucinda's in there. So it's pretty powerful with the search engine in the directory. We'll be able to find everybody pretty quickly and pretty fast. So one last thing I'm going to show you is your actual account. What does that look like on the other side? So this is the account on my side. So I'm just looking at, for me, this is my sample account. I want to edit my profile because all I did was click on my membership account over the hover. And this is me exposing more information about me. So this is my admin account, which you saw earlier. This is kind of like the test account. So my admin account, I don't have a phone number listed, don't have a city, don't have a bio, additional contact information. If I wanted to showcase or let people know specifically where I live, like maybe I want to have people show up at my door just randomly, I can do that. I can put in my address. I have my website address. I have my social media for Instagram, social media for Facebook, professional services, contact information, service website, and then all the way at the very bottom of your profile, this option, hide from membership directory. If I uncheck that, obviously I'm visible in the membership directory, but if I do check it, nobody can see me in this inside of that membership directory. So that is going to basically be a way to protect and have some privacy against the rest of the members. This profile that I'm logged in as is marked as private because it's an admin. It's not really a person. It's more or less a system thing. I have to log in to make things move, make things happen. So that's why I don't have anything filled out because I'm not actually showing anything in the profile. But if you are a real person, obviously, the next step after doing the registration, it's going to come here and it's going to ask you to fill out the rest of your profile. That's going to feed into the membership directory. And I think that's about it. And then the other thing are the courses, but we already saw the courses. That's going to be expanded to show a little bit more, maybe a level 2 or an advanced or intermediate marketing your poetry. Going through the specifics on click on this site, click on this link, just different steps that we can take above and beyond the beginner level. Any questions or anything you wanted me to highlight or go back over? Yeah. So if you're not a member, you can go from the home page, click on the Join GPS button, and that will drop you into the select your membership level. Once you select your membership level, it'll walk you through creating an account with your social media or creating an account just the manual way. Just what's your first name, last name, email address, username that you'd like to use. And then at the very bottom, it's the phone number, bio, and then payment button, and that's it.
Sounds good.
Yeah. So I'll be, this has already been transferred. Everybody's already been transferred. So if you already have a membership, you're going to be able to log in with the My Membership account if you already have a paid membership. And it's going to basically prompt you to log in with your username and password. The username is more than likely going to be your email address. And then the password, I am going to send you the temporary password that you can log in with and change later. So you'll get an email from me shortly about that.
And if your membership is expired, I feel certain, I don't think I renewed mine. I think I forgot.
I think if the membership is expired, I think I have to, because I had to import everybody, I have to set the membership
Mm,
expiration date or send that reminder out again. So I
okay.
have to go through to see who is expired potentially. Um, and then just tickle them a bit to say that, you know,
Okay.
go back in and make your account active.
Sounds like a plan.
Yeah.
I'm muted. I'm sorry. Anita,
Yes, ma'am.
what problem did you have for your first time trying to get on this morning? I think Marion's gonna have corrected that, but what problem did you have?
When I clicked, I guess it was I put the email address in, and then it said password, and that's what I didn't have. And it was not taking in one of my accounts, but it did. He was able to help me get into a Gmail account. But I do need to talk with you, sometimes later today, regarding getting in again.
This is gonna be easier, don't you think? I do.
Yeah, so for future events, if it's a quarterly meeting or if it's a member only type of meeting type of deal, um, actually the most of the meetings are registration required. And the reason why we do that is because it helps us know who is coming and also reach back out to the people who are coming. Where the meet and greet are kind of open-ended. You can kind of drop in, drop out anytime you'd like. So when it does come to, like, for example, open mic or quarterly meeting, you can either go from the home page or the events tab at the very top. And then inside of every single one of them, we do have a kind of like a registration link or some sort of link that basically takes you to the sign up page via Zoom. So we do use Zoom to register, like for example, right here, Zoom registration. I'm already registered, so if I click on that, it's gonna probably kick me out of the Zoom. But anyways, it'll ask you what is your first name, last name, and email address. And then this, after you hit register, is going to send you a follow-up email almost right away, within 10 minutes usually, of now you can click here. And because what's happening is that link that's been sent after registration has of all your credentials for you. So it's got your username and password. So you don't need to type in your username and password or anything, because it is kind of like, you know, it's like the bouncer at the front gate. It's going to let you in automatically because your hand is stamped. So you got the wristband. So you can come in via the website. I also send out those email reminders and invitations. So there's a couple of different ways you can come in to events for GPS.
Wonderful job. I'll just make a note to you, Marion. For our March account, I've got that information that I sent you last night or this morning. about no theme for March, but the style will be a sonnet style will be the homework for our new type of poetry. So we'll add that to our March invitation to open mic. Well, I have enjoyed everyone's comment. I am thrilled, Marion, with how hard you have been working. We appreciate you very much. Okay, now it is now 12:30. We can stay and go till 1 if people want to stay and read maybe 2 poems each. We'll take a 5-minute break. Will you guys stay with me?
Barbara, I'm gonna have to go soon because I have to take my son to work. So,
Okay, you've got to go. Gupri, you've got to go.
I do
Okay.
too. I do too.
I need to go.
I have to drop.
Okay, so I guess,
Yeah, I
folks,
have to go as well.
okay, well, guess what? We're all gonna go then. I really want to thank everybody. Again, this is Barbara Berry Nishanian in Macon, Georgia. I am the president of the Georgia Poetry Society, and this was our quarterly meeting catching up on everything we did in 2024 and of all the new exciting things that are happening. I want to encourage you to go and test out our new sign up to be a member easy portal that Marion has set up for us. And I hope to see everybody. Now, let's see, we got something new we're adding here. We are going to see everyone, look at your calendar, at the March 2nd Saturday for a meet and greet. Marion, can you pull up a calendar real quick and give us our date for our next meet and greet?
The next meet and greet should be April 12th.
No, March.
March, you mean the open mic?
Oh, no, we're in March.
Yeah.
I don't, look, I was up till 6 this morning. Okay, yes, in April, I meet and greet.
Okay, yes, the April meet and greet should be April 12th. If we're gonna do the second Saturday.
Right, and then we'll have our third Thursday, and I put down my calendar with that. Let's say April the
April
17th,
17th is open mic.
open mic.
March 20th coming up is another open mic.
And so no theme, but the homework is right in the sonic form. I have enjoyed seeing everyone here. You are a small group. Don't be discouraged by not having a large group at our quarterly meeting. We used to have more people. Everybody tell everybody, and I am so thankful that you spent your morning with me. And I hope you'll come back. Thank you to Marion, Michelle, Anita, Elizabeth, Alice, Carol, Gupri. Thank you all so very much. And Georgia Poetry Society, we're not going out, we're going up and forward. Have
And
a
I'll-
good weekend. Anything?
Also, last thing, I will be sending out a quick recap of this meeting video. So hopefully it'll take me a couple days to kind of coordinate and organize this video before I put it on YouTube. And also send out some instructions, written instructions on how to update your profile. I did do a quick run through that, but it should be relatively self-explanatory once you get into it. Get your hand on the keyboard. The main thing I want to make sure we do is toot your own horn, so I want to focus more on that services location. So if you are a specialist on fuzzy socks, sure, we got you covered. Put yourself in there and pat yourself on the back. So yeah, look out for that email in the next couple of days, and we'll see you next time.
And also, Owen, could you please capture the responses in the chat for me?
Yeah, let me see if I can export that out.
Yes, I see we have 15 responses. That is wonderful, you friends. Y'all have made me so happy. We are not going to let GPS go anywhere but up and forward. Thank you for joining us. Have a great weekend. And I will see you on March the 2nd. And listen, March the 2nd is your first opportunity to ask Marion, hey, it worked, or I have a question. So if you have any questions on what he just taught us, have it ready for March the 2nd. Thank you again. And this is Barbara Berry of the Georgia Poetry Society signing off. Have a great day. Bye-bye, y'all.
Bye.